Now, pundits say that Africa can make great strides in improving access to reliable and sustainable energy, but only if more deliberate efforts are made to put women and youth at the center of the energy transition strategy. Patience Gandiwa, Director-TFCAs and Conventions at Zimbabwe Parks and Wildlife Management Authority, and climate activist Reuben Sekamwa share their voices on this debate of the place of women and youth in particular in rural areas in energy transitions.
Come to think of it, women statistically at global level and also even in Africa, they are the majority, they comprise the majority in population. And when you look at women and youth, they are also comprising a significant proportion of Africa's population. Therefore, there is no success or greater strides that can be made if we do not put the users and the youth, who are the leaders of today and that are shaping their agenda for tomorrow through various innovation and technologies which may not have been there before. Therefore, it's very important that gender issues are taken into serious consideration if we are to make significant impact and significant progress to end the energy poverty, and for us and for Africa to achieve Agenda 2030 and also Africa's Agenda 2063.
Right.
There's nothing for women without women.
Correct. And I want to hear from Davis. Do you feel the young voices are being amplified enough in these conversations around energy transitions?
Thank you. I think 10 years back, the youth didn't have the same opportunities that they have right now. Mm-hmm. So right in this conference and forum, there has been an aim to bring the youth to the decision-making spaces. There has been a great stride there. However, we also want to see this continuation. We don't want it to be a one-off event. Even in bigger conferences such as COP, especially the COP 27 that is going to happen, we also need to see the youth being invited to such spaces. They have created their spaces in the streets and different grassroots levels. However, they need to sit at the table with decision makers. And it's very important because they are the connection to the people at the lower levels. So yeah, the effort has been there, but we believe that it can be more to invite them to these spaces. It
can be more. Patience, will it just be enough to just be invited in terms of, let's look at the value chain? Can the youth themselves and can the women create that demand and that push and drive for whichever players at whichever levels to feel that significance, such that it's not a request that young people and women are actually requesting to be brought to the table, but it's something that is actually a must, from what you said earlier, that nothing for women without women.
Yes, you're right, and it's not that women and youth are requesting to be part of the solution puzzle for the energy crisis that we are facing in the 21st century. We are now demanding it. The time is now that the blueprint for the measures that needs to be implemented and the deliberate initiatives that our governments and also the civil society are taking must actually involve women, because we can see it's not a secret that we have made very little progress and we have not performed very well as a global community when we look at the attainment of targets for SDG 7. So it cannot be business as usual. We have to be part of the blueprint, and the governments and the communities and society must make sure that the women and the youth are part of the blueprint and the action plan of what needs to happen on the ground. And I know resources are always limited, and as much as we want to be ambitious, it's very important to be realistic. And in my context and perspective as an ecologist, I look at the disparity between prioritization and also the scale at which initiatives are being rolled out. So I believe that priority should be given to also women and the youth that are residing or living close to biodiversity hotspots and protected areas, because there are consequences and the implications of the decisions they are making each and every day have got far-reaching, significant other cascading impacts which compromise our ability and capacity to deliver on some of the targets that are under the family of sustainable development goals, or the 17 of them. And energy is at the center to power everything from ecosystems to socioeconomic development. Therefore, the women and the youth must actually be prioritized, and the priority should be those that are also living close to and living in harmony with endangered species.
And protected
that
areas.
Helps to prioritize where to start from, so that we can make progress.